The car inches forward beneath the red light, brake lights stretching in a long quiet line ahead. A laptop rests closed on the passenger seat, its weight familiar, the edge pressing lightly against a folded receipt. Outside, distant engines murmur and pause, and somewhere nearby water trickles from a construction pipe onto the pavement. The elevator doors across the street slide open and close again, swallowing and releasing people who look almost like reflections in glass. The day has not gone badly. It has simply been long in small, ordinary ways, measured in meetings, waiting, and the soft ticking of a task list that never quite empties. The laptop stays shut beside you, its surface cool now, while traffic shifts another few feet forward and the thin sound of running water keeps threading through the air. The line of cars moves just enough to make you press the pedal, then stops again under the pale wash of late afternoon light. The laptop shifts slightly on the seat when you brake, its corner tapping against the door as if reminding you it still carries the unfinished tabs from earlier. A motorcycle slips between lanes, and somewhere near the sidewalk a thin stream of water continues to run from a loose pipe, steady and unbothered by the red light. Inside the car, the air feels used but calm. The day at work was not dramatic, only layered, small requests, quiet corrections, one more document opened on the laptop, one more window minimized without being closed. Even now, the outline of its screen seems to linger in your mind, rows of text and numbers that behave themselves while you watch them. The traffic light changes to green, and the cars roll forward in a slow agreement, engines humming low while the faint sound of running water fades and then returns when you stop again. When you finally pull into the building's entrance, the guard lifts the barrier with a nod that barely interrupts his own phone call. The parking level smells faintly of damp concrete, and a narrow channel along the wall carries a thin ribbon of water toward a drain that never quite dries. You gather the laptop into your arm, its weight familiar against your side, and step toward the elevator doors that open with a soft mechanical sigh. The elevator is brighter than the parking floor. A small mirror above the handrail catches the tired tilt of your shoulders, though nothing feels broken or urgent. Two other people stand at opposite corners, eyes lowered, hands loosely holding their own bags and devices. The doors close with a gentle click, and for a few seconds there is only the quiet hum of cables and the faint echo of water still dripping somewhere below the building. You think about the way the afternoon unfolded. Not in big chapters, just in fragments, the coffee cup left half full beside the laptop, the cursor blinking patiently while you paused to answer a call, the brief moment when you leaned back and listened to the air conditioner instead of the conversation. None of it was heavy enough to name. It was simply steady, like traffic that keeps moving even when it slows. The elevator stops at another floor. Someone steps out without looking back, and the space shifts slightly, as if it has exhaled. You adjust the laptop in your grip, feeling the smooth edge under your fingers, and notice how your breath has matched the rhythm of the lift's ascent. The numbers above the door change one by one, without hurry. By the time you reach your floor, the hallway is quiet except for a distant television behind a closed door and the faintest thread of running water from a bathroom further down the corridor. The elevator doors slide apart, and you step into the softer light of evening, carrying the laptop a little closer to your chest while the water somewhere continues its patient, uninterrupted sound. Water keeps running. The hallway light flickers once before settling into a steady glow, pale against the quiet stretch of doors. You balance the laptop against your hip while searching for your keys, the strap of your bag slipping down your shoulder in a slow, familiar way. From somewhere behind a wall, water runs through pipes, a soft continuous thread that feels almost like background breathing. Inside the apartment, the air is still. The room carries the faint scent of fabric that has dried indoors, and the curtains move slightly from the draft that slips in when you close the door. You set the laptop on the table without opening it, its lid reflecting a dull rectangle of ceiling light, and for a moment you just stand there listening to the low, steady sound of water traveling through unseen spaces in the building. Shoes are nudged into place with the side of your foot. The bag rests against the chair. The day does not rush in after you, it lingers outside in the stairwell and the parking level, in the elevator cables that are still moving other people upward and down. Here, there is only the small weight of the laptop on the table and the faint sound of running water somewhere in the pipes. You move toward the kitchen to fill a glass, turning the tap until a clear stream spills out and hits the sink in a thin silver line. The sound is sharper here, close and bright, nothing like the distant murmur from the hallway. You let it run longer than necessary, watching it gather and disappear, feeling the coolness reach your fingers as you adjust the flow. Water keeps running. The glass is set down beside the laptop, beads of moisture forming against the surface. You consider opening it, just to clear one more message, to smooth out one more edge of the day. The thought arrives gently, without pressure. Outside the window, traffic has thinned to a softer rhythm, and the city seems to be folding itself inward for the evening. You pull out a chair and sit. The laptop remains closed, its presence steady but quiet, like a book that can wait on the table. The faucet in the bathroom continues to drip faintly, a small uneven echo that reminds you of the larger stream you just turned off. The room holds both sounds, the remembered rush of water and the softer drip that follows, without asking you to fix anything immediately. A message notification blinks briefly on the laptop's edge, unseen but imagined. You do not reach for it. Instead, you trace the rim of the glass with your finger, feeling the condensation cool against your skin. The evening light shifts from white to something dimmer, flattening shadows across the floor and softening the corners of the furniture. There is no dramatic relief in this pause. Only space. The kind that appears between one obligation and the next, when nothing is actively demanding attention. The laptop sits quietly, and the faucet in the bathroom releases another thin line of sound into the apartment's air. Water keeps running. The apartment grows quieter as the evening settles, and the light near the ceiling turns softer without you noticing exactly when it changed. The laptop remains on the table, closed but present, its dark surface reflecting a faint outline of your hand as you pass by. In the bathroom, a thin line of water continues to run from the tap you did not tighten fully, steady and unhurried against the porcelain sink. You walk back toward it slowly. The mirror above the basin shows a familiar face, not especially tired, not especially bright, simply there. The sound of water is clearer in this small space, filling the room in a way that is almost comforting, as if something is still moving even while you stand still. Your fingers rest on the edge of the sink. Cool ceramic. The stream from the tap bends slightly where it meets the curve of the bowl, breaking into smaller threads before slipping down the drain. You watch it for a moment longer than necessary, noticing how it never asks whether the day was productive or wasted. It only continues. Water keeps running. Back in the main room, the laptop catches your eye again. You open it this time, not to dive back into work, but just enough to let the screen glow briefly in the dimmer air. The last document waits exactly as you left it, a paragraph half revised, a small comment bubble on the side. The glow is gentle, not harsh, and it settles over the table like another quiet lamp. You scroll once. Then stop. The silence around you feels thinner now, layered with the distant hum of someone else's television through the wall and the faint echo of water still threading through the pipes. The cursor blinks patiently, a small pulse of light that does not demand anything from you. There is a kind of steadiness in these ordinary pauses. The chair beneath you holds your weight without shifting. The table does not wobble. The laptop's warmth begins to rise slowly through its keyboard, subtle against your palms. You realize that nothing dramatic needs to happen in this moment for it to count as something real. A memory of the elevator ride returns, the way the numbers changed one by one, without rushing toward the top. The same quiet progression seems to be happening here. One breath. Then another. The sound of running water in the bathroom continues its soft line, neither louder nor softer than before. You close the laptop halfway, leaving it resting in that in-between position, not fully open, not fully shut. The screen dims slightly, its glow shrinking back into itself. In the background, the thin stream from the tap keeps its small, consistent rhythm against the sink's surface. Water keeps running. The room feels smaller now, not because it has changed, but because the evening has drawn closer around it. You carry the laptop from the table to the sofa, resting it on your knees without fully opening it again. In the bathroom, the thin stream of water continues its quiet descent, a narrow ribbon that does not hurry toward silence. From the sofa, the apartment looks slightly different. The doorway to the hallway frames a slice of dim light, and the kitchen counter holds the glass you left there, beads of moisture still clinging to its side. The sound of running water threads through the air, softer at this distance, almost like a memory rather than a current action. You lean back and let the cushion take your weight. The laptop lid lifts just enough for the screen to glow faintly, illuminating your hands and the edge of the sofa. A single notification rests in the corner, small and patient. You do not open it. The glow is enough. There is a pause that stretches between what has been done and what could still be done tonight. It is not empty. It is simply unfilled. The water in the bathroom keeps its steady rhythm against the porcelain, and the pipes hum lightly behind the walls as if the building itself is settling. Water keeps running. You remember the parking level again, the damp concrete, the narrow channel guiding water toward a drain that never seemed to dry. It felt almost careless at the time, that constant trickle, but now it seems steady in a way that the day was not. Tasks ended. Emails paused. Conversations concluded. The water did not conclude anything. It only continued. The laptop warms slightly under your palms, a contained heat that feels almost reassuring. The screen reflects a faint outline of your face, not sharply, but enough to remind you that you are here, in this room, at this hour. Outside, a car passes with a low whoosh, then the street returns to a softer hush. You shift your feet against the floor and notice the quiet difference between movement and stillness. The apartment holds both without resistance. The stream in the bathroom does not change its pace when you stand or sit. It does not respond to your thoughts about the day. It simply remains a small, continuous presence. You close the laptop fully this time, pressing the lid down until it meets the base with a muted click. The screen's glow disappears, leaving only the dim room light and the faint reflection of the window in the glass. In the quiet that follows, the thin sound from the bathroom grows clearer again, a simple line of water meeting porcelain. Water keeps running. Night settles without ceremony. The window reflects more of the room now than the street outside, and the apartment feels wrapped in its own quiet layer. The laptop remains closed on the sofa beside you, its surface catching a faint line of light from the hallway, while in the bathroom the narrow stream of water continues to fall with the same small persistence. You stand and walk back toward the sink, not with urgency, only with a kind of slow curiosity. The sound grows clearer with each step, no longer a background thread but a simple presence in the room. The mirror holds your reflection again, softer this time under the dimmer light, edges less defined than they were earlier in the evening. Your hand hovers over the tap but does not turn it yet. The water bends and slips into the drain, breaking into tiny splashes that echo gently against the ceramic. It is such a small thing, this steady running, yet it fills the room more completely than the conversations and messages from earlier in the day. Water keeps running. You lean against the counter and let the sound settle around you. The laptop in the other room waits without complaint, its unfinished document closed away from sight. There is something almost kind in that waiting, as if the work has agreed to stay where you left it. The building hums faintly through the walls. A door closes somewhere down the corridor. The elevator cables move again, carrying someone upward or down, repeating the same path they traced when you arrived home. The day has folded itself into smaller pieces now, no longer stretched out across traffic and meetings. You reach out and tighten the tap slightly. The stream thins but does not stop, changing from a narrow ribbon to a lighter thread that still touches the basin. The adjustment feels measured, not dramatic. The sound shifts, becoming softer, yet it continues to mark the quiet. Water keeps running. Back in the living room, you sit again, this time without the laptop on your knees. The space feels wider without its weight there. Your hands rest loosely in your lap, empty of keyboard warmth, empty of scrolling. The air holds the faint scent of clean fabric and evening dust, and the hallway light has dimmed further, almost blending into shadow. The sense of being worn down does not announce itself loudly. It is simply a gentler kind of gravity in your shoulders, a slower way of moving from one room to another. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing has broken. The laptop remains intact, the files saved, the messages unanswered but not urgent. You listen again to the water in the bathroom, now thinner, almost hesitant in its flow. It does not ask for attention, yet it offers a steady reminder that something continues even when you pause. The sound threads through the apartment like a small, reliable line, connecting the sink to the pipes to the street to whatever lies beyond. For a moment, you let the room be exactly as it is. The closed laptop on the sofa. The dim light against the wall. The quiet building settling into night. In the background, the slender stream from the tap maintains its small, patient rhythm against porcelain. Water keeps running. The apartment is almost entirely still now. The hallway light has been turned off, and only a small lamp near the sofa leaves a soft circle against the wall. The laptop remains where you left it, closed and quiet, its outline barely visible in the low light. From the bathroom, the faint thread of water continues, thinner than before, but steady enough to be heard in the pauses between your breaths. You walk back once more, this time without thinking about it. The floor feels cooler under your feet, and the mirror reflects only a dim shape of you against the darker room beyond. The tap releases its narrow stream, a pale line against the basin, breaking softly as it reaches the drain. Water keeps running. Your fingers rest on the metal handle again. There is no urgency in the gesture, no sense that something has been wrong. The day did what days do. It filled itself with small responsibilities and quiet waiting. The laptop carried its share, opening and closing, holding words that can return tomorrow without complaint. You turn the tap a little further. The stream thins to a fragile thread, then to an uneven trickle. The sound shifts from a clear line to scattered drops, each one distinct against the porcelain. For a moment, you listen closely, as if the last of it deserves attention before it fades. Water keeps running. In the living room, the lamp hums faintly. The sofa holds the shape of where you were sitting earlier, a shallow impression that will smooth out by morning. The laptop's surface catches the smallest reflection of light, a reminder of the work it held and the work it will hold again. Nothing about it feels heavy in this hour. You tighten the tap one final time. The stream narrows, hesitates, and then stops. A single drop gathers at the edge, falls, and disappears into the drain with a soft, almost private sound. The room shifts subtly in the absence of that steady thread, as if it has noticed the quiet becoming deeper. You stand there for a few seconds longer. The pipes behind the wall settle with a faint click, and then even that fades. In the absence of running water, the apartment feels wider, not emptier, just more still. When you return to the living room, you sit down beside the closed laptop. You do not open it. You do not need to. The night has drawn close enough that even the street outside seems to have softened its voice. Your shoulders lower without effort. The day is no longer pressing against you, it has stepped back into its proper place, stored in files and memory and the faint glow that once filled the screen. There is nothing to fix in this moment. Only the simple fact of being here, in a room that has settled, beside a laptop that can wait until morning. The quiet holds, the lamp is turned off, and the room softens into a deeper shade of night. The laptop remains closed on the sofa, its edges barely visible now, no longer carrying the glow that shaped the evening. In the bathroom, the tap is silent, the basin dry except for a faint coolness where water once traced its line. You lie down without ceremony. The pillow receives your head the way it always does, steady and unremarkable. Beyond the walls, a distant car passes, then fades, leaving behind a quiet that feels wide but not empty. The day does not follow you into this hour. It stays folded inside the laptop, inside the elevator cables, inside the slow traffic lights that will change again tomorrow. Here, there is only the softness of fabric, the weight of your own breathing, and the simple absence of running water in the pipes. Nothing is being added. Nothing is being taken away. The night holds,